beautiful night for baseball. And live from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, Sportsnet LA presents the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 2 of this 4-game series. Hi again, everybody. Charlie Steiner, Oral Hershiser, Joe Davis on assignment this weekend, and this is game 135. Only 27 remain. Dodgers begin play tonight, 2 games behind the Diamondbacks, 2.5 back in the wild card, and down the stretch we come.
It is a sprint right now. The Dodgers need to win today, set it up for Kershaw and Buehler, and hopefully take this series.
Good pitching matchup tonight. Hyun-Jin Ryu, who's been outstanding at home. Zach Greinke has been unbelievable here at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Ryu has been throwing the ball really well since coming off the DL. You know what? He has done really well here at home, and coming off the DL, that is a good thing because you don't have to wait for your team to hit like the visiting side. So he comes out of the pen warming up, and he has been hot here at home.
Zach Greinke in search of his 14th win of the year.
And Zach Greinke has been really good, but he's been really good at Dodger Stadium as a Dodger. As a visitor, he's got hitting around. So the knowledge these Dodger hitters have about their old homeboy works very well here in the stadium.
Terrific pitching matchup tonight. Ryu for the Dodgers, Greinke for the Diamondbacks. Game 135. Back with the lineups in the first pitch right after this. In August, as play begins, the Dodgers 2 behind Arizona. The Diamondbacks at 74 and 60. The Dodgers 72 and 62, and it's a beautiful 77 degrees. Diamondbacks are going to have Steven Souza Jr. leading off in right field, to be followed by A.J. Pollock and then Paul Goldschmidt, who has been red hot. David Peralta having a career year in the cleanup spot in left field. Eduardo Escobar at third base. Nick Ahmed at short. Ketel Marte at second base. Mathis behind the plate. Zach Greinke goes in search of his 14th win of the year, facing Hyun-Jin Ryu, the 31-year-old lefty, his 10th start, his 4th coming off the DL.
He's throwing the ball well. He gave up a lot of hits in his last outing. He managed to only give up 1 earned run with 11 hits. And against this Diamondback lineup, they have studied him like the whole league. People attack early. The league is hitting 364 on the first pitch and 355 on the second pitch. After that, Ryu mixes his pitches really well and seems to dominate.
Opponents hitting just .202 against him during the season. He is 4-1, an earned run average of .218. So here are the Diamondbacks, 14 over 500, 5 over 500 since the All-Star break, and a game and a half in front of Colorado. The Rockies down in San Diego. We will update that game as it progresses from Petco. But first things first, here at Dodger Stadium, Steven Souza Jr. leading it off at 246 with 4 home runs and 27 runs batted in. First pitch of the game, he swings and fouls it off, and it's 0-1. Apparently they have read the same scouting reports that you have.
They will attack early. You get into the pitch mix. Ryu's very good at making balls look like strikes, ending up balls, and he gets into all of the pitches, not just the fastball or the curveball, which he predominantly uses on the first 2 pitches.
Pollock on deck, Goldschmidt to follow, shift on the left side of the infield as Ryu misses inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
As you see a lot of up the middle and to the pull side, and the Dodger defense giving him pretty much the right field area. 2 fielders over there, Muncy and Puig.
There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Steven Souza Jr. Become their leadoff hitter, and he's really adapted to his relatively new role. Last night, a single and a double in 5 at-bats. As he takes inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Souza Jr., former Nat, former Ray, and he's had some injury problems early in the year, but as the Diamondbacks head to the finish line, he is as healthy as he's been all year. Ryu on 2-2. Machado. Only the speed of Souza prevents Machado from another spectacular play.
What an effort by Manny Machado. Dodgers over there in the 6th hole with the shift because of so much pulling that we showed you with the spray chart. But you're right, Charlie. 1 step too fast, but you cannot deny the ability that Machado brings to playing shortstop.
Machado did not even have his feet firmly planted as he unleashed that throw. Spectacular play, but a hit for Souza, who has stolen 5 out of 6 this year. Now Pollock coming up. Over the course of his career, he has tormented the Dodgers. 16 home runs, 54 runs batted in on the season. He swings and misses. And it's 0-1. The Diamondbacks 21-16 since the break. They've won 6 of 10. Dodgers 19-19 since the All-Star break. Saw their 5-game winning streak come to an end last night. Pollock takes a strike. Closed captioning tonight is brought to you by the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. For tips and rebates, visit bewaterwise.com. Goldschmidt on deck. Just a gorgeous night, sun beginning to set. Dusk may play a part in the next few minutes on pop-ups and fly balls. Pollock taking his time. And Ryu just wants to get on with it. 0-2. Breaking ball gets him.
Ryu's get over curveball that he uses early in the count, completely different than the finish curveball. Hitters try and pick on the early one because when he lands it for a strike, of course, not as sharp a break, but that one fell off a table.
1 out, 1 on, and here is Goldschmidt. Got off to a miserable start. On May 22nd, he was hitting 198. Since then, 340, lifting his average to 291 overall. And he takes inside and low, 1 ball and no strikes. Goldschmidt's been quite the road warrior. In his last 42 consecutive road games, he's gotten on base at least once. Big difference from back then to now. The right field, slicing toward the corner, and it is gone, a home run. Goldschmidt goes the other way, his 31st of the year, and the Diamondbacks score early. It's 2-0.
Left fielder number 6, David Peralta.
Paul Goldschmidt, over the course of Ryu's career, has been an Achilles heel. Now 11 for 24. And these Diamondbacks are attacking Ryu early. All 3 hitters swung at the first pitch.
And they've got a 2-0 lead. Now Peralta having a career year, hitting .303, 26 home runs and 74 runs batted in. As Peralta takes low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Peralta delivered the big blow last night, a 3-run home run in the 5th inning in the Diamondbacks' 3-1 win. They thought Goldie was tarnished first couple of months of the season. They thought wrong.
I see what you did there.
College. Escobar on deck, and a call strike to Peralta. And it's 2-1.
Home plate umpire Tom Hallion is getting an earful from the Arizona bench. And you will hear it from the benches about height of a pitch, because that's all you can read from over there in a dugout. They were yelling, "That's down." He might have been right.
The 61-year-old Hallion in his 26th big league season, the crew chief. There's a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You get down to the end of the season in a race for the division title, you get a little bit more chirping, everybody a little bit more on edge.
Not to mention tired. They get tired and cranky this time of year, but the adrenaline carries them through. Peralta down on strike. Second strikeout for Ryu. Second out of the inning, and Eduardo Escobar coming up. The last of the dog days of August. Escobar, 44 doubles combined from his American League time and the National League time, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Escobar came over from the Twins on July 27th for 3 prospects. And he drills it foul. 0-2.
They said he has fit in seamlessly with the team, and the culture has fit him perfectly, and he's really enjoying his time in Arizona.
Torey Lovullo Born in Santa Monica, went to UCLA. We have a UCLA alumni meeting tonight between the two managers. Dave Roberts, of course, went to UCLA. Dave, Manager of the Year in 2016. Lovello, Manager of the Year last year. On 1-2. Backhanded by Turner. Muncy digs it out. That ends the inning. A leadoff single for Souza, a two-run blast for Goldschmidt. Diamondbacks an early 2-0 lead. Greinke pitching tonight. Machado in his 39th game with the Dodgers. Bellinger, Grandal, and Muncy at first base. Dozier at second, Puig in right, Hyun-Jin Ryu pitching and batting ninth against the great Zach Greinke, his 28th start, 13-8, a 2.93 ERA.
And you're going to see a lot of changeups from him. It acts like a sinker. He doesn't really take a lot of off. We saw that as a Dodger, and he continues to do that as a Diamondback. And people pound that into the ground. It's got great depth to it.
So here's Peterson leading it off. Jock at 244 with 19 home runs and 49 runs batted in. Takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Diamondbacks play their defense pretty conventionally for Peterson, who often sees a shift, but not from Arizona, at least not to this point tonight.
On the short term, Jock has been using the middle of the field a little bit more, so they're not swung around quite as much with Ahmed. But when he does pull it, they are pinched over there on the right side.
As Peterson skies to left, and it's going to slice into the stands. Peralta running out of room. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Dodgers scored 1 run last night, just the Machado home run. They're going to need more than that tonight. Got the early wake-up call from the Goldschmidt home run.
Dodgers lead the league with 187 home runs. Greinke's given up 23. And the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Greinke, a tale of 2 halves this year. In his first 14 starts, was 5-5 and a 3.87 ERA. Second half of the year, in his last 13 starts, 8-3 and an ERA of 2.01. The 34-year-old right-hander from Orlando strikes out Peterson. Striking out has become a big issue for the Dodgers.
That's a changeup. It wasn't one down by the knees, but it still had the velocity off it and had a little bit of depth, even though it was about thigh high. Last
night, 15 Dodgers were struck out. And the Dodgers this year have been struck out 10 or more times in 54 games. They're 24-30 when they strike out in double digits. It has been a growing trend over the past month or two. Turner lines it right into the glove of Eduardo Escobar. Manny Machado coming up, and he has been very hot. This is his 39th game with the Dodgers. Well, he's got 4 home runs in the last 5 games. The rest of the team has 4. And he has driven in almost as many as all the other fellas combined in the last 5 games.
He has put himself in the Land Rover performance spotlight. He has been absolutely fantastic. And the home run ball has really come alive with his swing.
So here's Machado at 279, 9 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Then you tack on the 24 home runs and 65 RBIs he had in Baltimore. No balls and 1 strike to Machado. Talking about the Dodgers and the home runs. 187 on the year, 127 solo. The last 4 home runs, Napoleon solos. Popped into short right field. Souza. And a 1-2-3 inning for Greinke. The 2-run home run by Goldschmidt in the first. We go to the second.
Weekly stats, roster updates, and more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone.
And that's how it looks outside Dodger Stadium as we head to the second inning on this Friday night. Nick Ahmed leading it off. Ahmed, Marte, and Jeff Mathis. 1 ball and no strikes. Ahmed has been red hot. He's having a career year. They always knew he was a well above average shortstop. If he could hit 240 or something, they'd be more than happy. Well, he's done more than that, and they're more than happy.
Changed his theory on hitting, cutting the bat loose a little bit more, trying to hit as hard as he can compared to just trying to put it in play, and that has really helped him.
A career high in home runs, doubles, and RBIs this year. A 1-1, and he skies it into short left. Peterson calling off Machado. 1 out in the second.
Second baseman number 4, Patel.
Jock is starting in left field tonight. Kemp started there last night, and Kemp is watching this evening. Along with Taylor, Kike Hernandez, and Austin Barnes, the 4 bench players tonight. And of course tomorrow, they will open the door, the 40-man roster. The cavalry is coming. Ketel Marte has been hot. Switch hitting second baseman has made only 3 errors all year. Dave Roberts, Bob Guerin, they're going to be juggling a lot like all the other managers around Major League Baseball over the final month of the season. Here's the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
All year, Ryu has been very good with men on base, with runners in scoring position. The last 5 runs scored off him, all via the home run. 3 homers that have brought in 5 runs off of Ryu lately.
Goldschmidt, a 2-run blast tonight in the first inning. Ryu in his 7 seasons in Korea. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Was 98 and 52 and an earned run average of 2.8. First year with the Dodgers, 2013. Slowly hit to short. Machado and his gun.
StatCast had his throw from the hole in the first inning at 86 miles an hour, almost from his knees. That's how good that arm is.
In pure velocity, shortstop throwing arm, he's up there with Sean Dunston.
Oh yeah, it's really strong, and it doesn't have to be well-positioned footwork. I mean, he has an amazing arm, whether he can use his lower half or not.
2 out. Jeff Mathis coming up. There's a strike. 0-1 to Mathis. The Diamondbacks are unique in that they have 3 catchers on their 25-man roster. Last night, John Ryan Murphy started. They also have Alex Avila. And tonight, it's Mathis.
Avila and John Jay there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Rockies and Padres, bottom of the first in San Diego, scoreless. We'll keep you updated on that one. Well, Ryu, his 3rd strikeout of the game, has retired 5 in a row after the Goldschmidt 2-run home run. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. By the Southern California BMW Centers. Hurry in today to the BMW Summer on Sales event for exceptional offers. Details at SoCalBMW.com. And by Jack in the Box. Try something different, like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Bellinger, Grandal, and Muncy to hit for the Dodgers on this beautiful Friday night, heading to the bottom half of the second inning against Zach Greinke, who made it look easy in the bottom half of the first, needing only 8 pitches in retiring Peterson, Turner, and Machado. Bellinger has had a great month of August, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. And Greinke has had a great second half. In search of his 14th win of the year. Bellinger goes the other way, and with his speed, he is thinking about 2. He thought wisely. Bellinger's 26th double of the season.
A beautiful swing, just shortening up and just lacing this ball to left field. Boy, can he run, but what he can do even better is he can cut the bases with the best of them. He absolutely cut first base perfectly. Never a doubt, never broke stride. Watch this slide, the momentum going into the bag.
26 doubles for Bellinger. Grandal stepping in at 241. 22 home runs, 19 of them from the left side of the plate for the switch hitter. Muncy on deck. On the 2nd of May, Grandal was hitting .301. In his last 87 games, he's hit .221. And so when all is said and done, he's at 241, 22 home runs, and 60 runs batted in. One of the issues the Dodgers have had in recent weeks, clutch hitting. They were 0 for 5 last night with runners in scoring position. Fielded on the fly by the shortstop Ahmed. Through to first just to be on the safe side.
First baseman number 13.
1 out, and Muncy coming up.
An off-speed pitch took away the bat speed, and Ahmed gloved it before it hit the ground.
Adam Hamari, the second base umpire.
He was right there in his vision with the hand up, out, but Ahmed decided to do it anyway.
Muncy third in the league with 30 home runs. He was tied with Goldschmidt until he hit his 31st in the first inning. Here's a strike, 0-1. Brian Dozier is on deck. In the 2-game mini-series in Arlington, Max grew up about 25-30 miles from Global Life Park. It used to be the ballpark at Arlington. And in 2 years, it'll be Global Life Field. New stadium being built pretty much around the corner.
Inside move. There's a step off, checking on Bellinger.
Muncy facing a shift. And hitting right into it. That's Marte. Bellinger goes to third, 2 out.
So much easier to play defense with a guy like Zach Greinke, who has unbelievable control. The anticipation of your fielders, the positioning of your fielders more accurate. Marte right there, even though that ball was hit hard.
As we mentioned, Marte's had only 3 errors all year. 2 out, Brian Dozier coming up. For Dozier, his 27th game with the Dodgers. He's getting on base a lot, having walked 19 times. No balls and a strike. Bellinger, the leadoff third, dancing, prancing. And Greinke could care less. Delivers a strike. It's 0-2. We saw Puig steal, at least attempt to steal, the plate in Texas the other night. And there he is.
With all of Bellinger's dancing around, Greinke now going from the stretch.
Just missing.
Two things like that. Throw the first two pitches from the windup, throw the third one from the stretch. You're changing the timing and the rhythm of the hitter also. I've seen pitchers go back and forth, and it looks like Zach's going to do that. Now winding up.
On 1-2. And to short right, Steven Souza Jr. No runs and a hit. One left. We go to the third. Arizona 2-0.
Series with the Mets. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance and receive a cooler bag presented by Coca-Cola. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Engine Rio, we begin the third, down 2-0, and he's facing Zach Greinke, who among Greinke's many other skills, he's a terrific hitter. 13 for 53, 245, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. He's won a Silver Slugger Award as the outstanding hitter for a pitcher.
Gold Glove, too.
In a year that he was a Gold Glove winner and a
Yep.
Cy Young Award winner, he was a Silver Slugger Award winner.
He is an amazing athlete.
This guy's not too bad either.
Clayton's looking for his first Silver Slugger, and he works really hard at it.
Clayton pitches tomorrow night. First pitch 6:10. Among other athletic attributes, Zach Greinke was a tennis prodigy when he was 8. No balls and 2 strikes. Now it's 1-2. So athletically, there's not much Zach Greinke can't do. Greinke now 34. Routine ground ball to short. Greinke may get there. Just one out.
28, Steven Souza Jr.
Steven Souza Jr. coming up. An infield hit in his first at bat. He'd come around to score on the Goldschmidt home run, which is the difference in the game. Pollock on deck. One ball, no strikes. So Ryu surrendering that first inning home run, the 6th he's given up this year. In search of his 5th win. You know, the Dodgers do not have a 10-game winner this year. And they've never gone through a season in the history of franchise without having at least one 10-game winner. Inside. As far as wins are concerned, Dodgers leader is on the disabled list at the moment. Ross Stripling with 8. Bloop into right field. That was a sand wedge. And Souza
Number 11,
with a hit. He's 2 for 2. You know you're living good when you get a hit that way.
He got a hit last night that set the table for the home run by Peralta that ended up being a 3-run job. He's been getting on base since being in that leadoff role.
1 out, 1 on, and Pollock, who struck out in his first at bat, coming up. AJ with 16 home runs. Out of Connecticut. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Pollock has been a thorn in the side of the Dodgers throughout his career. Came up with the D-backs in 2012. Last year 266. And this year 265.
Has trouble staying healthy. I don't think he's a fragile player, but he just gets hurt. Plays hard.
Growing up in Connecticut, Pollock played against, among others, Matt Harvey and George Springer. Nick Ahmed grew up on just the other side of the Connecticut-Massachusetts border. Souza at first base has stolen 5 out of 6 this year. Grandal has thrown out an even dozen. Into right. Puig going back. What a play! Up against the wall. Pollock robbed of extra base hits, and that's not the first time Puig's done something like that.
This play starts from the break as we take a look at the Morongo slow-mo cam, and Yasiel ran an excellent route, got a great break on the ball, and after that even tried to accentuate it with a throw back to first, but Pollock's frustration because of a great right fielder sent him back to the dugout.
2 out, Goldschmidt coming up. And Souza back at first base. Goldschmidt is 31st home run of the year. Sliced it over the small wall and right field in the first inning. Goldie on 1-0.
StatCast AI powered by AWS, and take a look at the numbers. Over 100 miles an hour to get it out of here, and cost for you a home run and 2 runs.
And the difference in the game. And 2 balls and a strike to Paul Goldschmidt.
Pollock's fly ball to right that Puig captured was hit harder than Goldschmidt's home run. It was hit at 101, and this game's not fair. Souza standing at first. He hit his ball 55 miles an hour. Almost half the speed that he got a hit.
Machado. Sack. The run's a hit and a great catch by Puig. 2-0 Arizona. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. To hit for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 3rd against Zach Greinke. His career record, he's 34 years of age, is 185 and 115. Bob Gibson through his age 34 season was 190 and 117. Pretty good company. Now Puig fouls it back. It's 0-1. Puig 15 home runs, knocked in 47. He's fared a bit better against right-handed pitching this year than lefties. Now again with Greinke, career 185 wins, 115 losses through age 34 season. Tom Seaver was 235 and 133. Greg Maddux had 240 wins. They are all in the Hall of Fame.
That's a very good group. Some very good right-handers.
And they did it in different ways. Puig finds a way in. Souza blooped one to right in exactly the same fashion as Puig just did to lead off the third.
Barrels are overrated. That's C.T. Taylor on a Volkswagen replay, but this is Yasiel Puig. Speaking of exit velocities, this one went off at 62 miles an hour. Didn't beat Souza's luck, but it's really close.
And when Turner lined to third at about 2,000 miles an hour, he got nothing. Ryu squaring the bunt. And he'll be thrown out at first base. Ryu, the ball, and Mathis all arrived at the same place at the same time. But the sacrifice works. Puig goes to second. Ryu's second sacrifice of the year.
Up in the box to keep the ball fair, deadens it, gets it out in front, trying to run to first base. That's no interference, Tom Hallion says.
So the Dodgers, another runner in scoring position. Bellinger had a leadoff triple in the second inning and was left stranded. Bellinger, in fact, had a leadoff double, would go to third. On an infield out, still be stranded. Peterson struck out swinging in his first at bat. Turner on deck. Jock with 19 home runs. He's knocked in 47. Ball and a strike.
Zach got him with a changeup in the first at bat. That's what he struck out on. He started him out with a curveball and a fastball here, so it looks like he really doesn't want to stay with one speed with Jock. Jock very good at timing up pitches if you stay in one location or with one speed.
A ball, a strike, in and out. Whoa. Now, if you're going to have a wild pitch, you might as well get your money's worth.
Yasiel dancing off second. Zach giving him a little look here and there, and he does have an eephus curveball, and I'm not sure that that might have been an attempt at it. It just slipped out of his hand.
Well, the Dodgers get 90 feet closer to their first run. Peterson in his last 17 games hitting just a .128. Infield playing back with one out. Now 2-2.
He went right back to the for 68 miles an hour, little dewdrop. I think that's what the wild pitch was, but that one he had a better grip on. There's an RBI anywhere up the middle or to the right side on the ground.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He'll do it again. Dodgers last night 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position on the year. They're hitting .246. Turner on deck, and then Machado. Now 3-2. Puig with the attempted stolen base night before last in Texas. Mathis, a terrific defensive catcher. And Greinke into the wind. Peterson drills a base hit into right. That'll score Puig. The Dodgers are on the board. The RBI by Jock Peterson. Arizona 2 and the Dodgers 1.
Nice adjustment from Jock Peterson from one at bat to the next. Struck out on a changeup in the first at bat that wasn't as good as this one that he hits. This one is fading down and away. Stays with it, down and through, digs it out, and hits an absolute bullet.
Jock's 48th run batted into the season. Colorado, San Diego scoreless in the third at Petco. Now Turner takes a strike. It's 0-1. Turner's been red hot, and so is Machado, who's on deck. Oh, 0-2. When Turner doesn't like the call, he doesn't make a big deal about it. He just kind of moseys into the airspace of the home plate umpire, mutters whatever it is he has to say, and then gets back to business.
Zach pitches on the edges. That will get a little bit of the hitters rattled if he keeps getting the calls.
Into left field for a base hit. Last two base hits for the Dodgers. The pitches were down. Peterson went with it. Turner went with it. First and second, one out. And Machado coming up.
From one challenge to the other. Slow curveball on the outer edge. Just a fantastic piece of hitting.
Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, is going to go out and have a chat with Greinke.
First time through the order, Charlie, he was using mostly his fastball, now mixing in the changeup and the curveball a little bit more, but the Dodgers have caught on.
Puig, Peterson, and Turner, the three hits here in the third inning, have all come with 2 strikes. Machado has been as hot as anybody in the last week for the Dodgers, worthy of a Carl's Cam look.
He has found the home run swing, and he is getting to trot around the bases a lot lately.
And he has been clutch all year. Peterson, the tying run, Turner, the lead run. As Machado takes a strike, it's 0-1. He flied to right in his first at bat. A 5-game hitting streak, during which time he's hit .381.
I might have got Tom Hallion where there's no padding. Looked like he was down by the bicep. Oh yeah, right on it. There's nothing there.
That's going to turn purple and yellow.
Just making sure he's got feeling in his arm.
Nate Lucero, Dodger trainer, making sure the 61-year-old Hallion is all right. At the moment, Tom looks like he'd rather be in another line of work. It just showed the replay on the scoreboard. That was the ooze you heard from this Dodger Stadium crowd. Hallion in his 26th big league season. He's the crew chief, and Ryan Blackney, Adam Hamari, and Dan Bellino making sure their boss is okay. He is, and it's going to leave a mark, though.
Chest protector, shoulder pads, face mask, but nothing there on his bicep.
It is a long season. And here we are for the Dodgers. This is game 135. And umpires have no homestands. Machado swings and misses. He's down on strikes. For Greinke, his second strikeout of the game, and that's the second out of the third.
He goes out of the strike zone with 2 strikes. Zach has been throwing an awful lot of strikes no matter what the count. 81% of the time he is throwing the ball over the plate, maybe a little too often as the Dodgers try and attack him.
And Mathis gets hit on the head on the Machado follow through. Dangerous business back behind the plate. Relatively speaking, helmets for catchers are a new thing. Now Bellinger with 2 on and 2 out. He doubled to left in his first at bat, and he takes low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. For years, catchers just turn their cap around and put on the mask. Two on, 2 out. Bellinger breaks his bat, but Souza is there, and that's going to end the inning. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left. Arizona 2-1 after 3.
Mobile, and looks like the Dodgers are almost eliminating the top half of the strike zone with 2 strikes. They are picking on the low pitches from Zach Greinke. Zach doesn't have a lot of velocity at this point in life. He's lost about 4 or 5 miles an hour on a fastball, so not anticipating anything hard and up. They're looking for the soft stuff down low and making contact.
All 3 of those Dodger hits in the bottom of the third came with 2 strikes. Peterson's single to right drove in the Dodger run. Peralta takes a strike to begin the 4th. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. And a short center. But Machado is there to flag it down.
Number 14, Eduardo Escobar.
Ryu gave up 11 hits in his last outing. He's given up 2 runs and 3 hits so far tonight. Against the Padres, he went 5 2/3 and got the win. Twirling a nifty 11-hitter. Escobar takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Bounced to third in his first at bat.
Ryu was only the 4th pitcher this year to give up 11 hits and get a W. They were scattered.
Here's the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Ryu in search of his 5th win of the year. Of course, he missed a lot of time with a torn groin muscle. Falling behind 3-0 to Escobar with Ahmed on deck. One out in the 4th. 3-1 to Eduardo Escobar.
Ryu throws both the fastball and the cutter, and then the curveball. Really has gotten rid of the slider and the sinker.
Now 3-2.
Still throws those other 2 pitches, but predominantly you're going to see fastball, cutter, change, and curve. Mostly the curveball is the off-speed pitch.
Now, if Ryu can just stay healthy, missed all of 2015 and virtually all of 2016. With the Dodgers, career ERA of 3.42. Poked into center field for a base hit. A 1-out single for Eduardo Escobar.
Swung and missed at something off speed and gets jammed on a cutter, but fists it into the outfield.
That brings up Nick Ahmed. Fly to left in his first at bat. Ahmed grew up on the Connecticut-Massachusetts border at East Longmeadow. Actually not too far from the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. Outstanding defender and having his best year in the majors with the bat in his hand. To third. Turner, Dozier, Munson. That's going to do it. No runs and a hit, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Arizona.
Dodgers follow the story of a young baseball standout whose love for the Dodgers led to a special bond with one of his favorite players. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers, presented by Cadillac, tonight after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Grandal leads off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the fourth. Greinke's first pitch is rolled foul. Grandal popped to short in his first at-bat. Grandal, 22 home runs, 19 from the left side of the plate. Shift on the right side of the infield. 1-1. The Phillies beat the Cubs 2-1 in 10. As Grandal swings and misses 1-2. Grandal takes just outside, 2-2. As play began tonight, the Phillies were a half a game behind the Dodgers in the wild card race. Two balls and two strikes. There's a call, third strike. Third strikeout for
13, Max.
Zach Greinke.
Change up, and Tom Hallion is emphatically punching him out. Bicep looked fine.
Well, it got wrapped up between innings. You're not going to mess with a man in blue with a blue wrap right arm.
A lot of times when a catcher strikes out, the umpires aren't quite so demonstrative. That's the guy that protects him back there.
Muncy bounced to second base in his first at-bat. One ball, one strike. Greinke appears irritated with himself. What's your assessment of him as he gets to the fourth?
I think he's just a little bit irritated with sometimes he misses his location. Lines up the hips, the shoulders, then throws the glove in the air right down his sight line and then comes at you. Very meticulous with his turn and how he lines up from into one corner or the other.
Missing outside, 3-1. Two-thirds of Greinke's pitches are strikes. But not that time. He gives up his first walk of the night. One out, one on, and Dozier coming up.
Number 6, Brian Dozier.
Now Dozier, who flied to right, coming up.
He's going to try and steal a first pitch strike from Dozier. He knows he doesn't swing early in the count and doesn't have much success when he does. He missed with the fastball. Zach is very good at taking hitters' counts and pulling the string on you, using the hitter's aggressiveness against them, and then he's also very good at knowing who's patient and trying to steal those strikes.
That was just the 35th walk given up by Greinke. In the left, tracked down by Peralta. Greinke gives up less than 2 walks per 9 innings this year. So there's 2 out, and Puig coming up. Puig with a bloop shot to right. In his first at-bat, he'd come around to score after having been sacrificed by Hyun-Jin Ryu and Jock Peterson with the RBI single. So it's 2-1 with 2 out of the bottom half of the 4th. Ryu on deck. Puig takes a strike. It's 0-1. When he's right, and Greinke is right tonight, he's like a dart thrower.
He used to be able to overpower you. Now he is a pitcher with less velocity, but very much a pitcher.
1-1.
He could touch 96 in his younger days. Now the average fastball a tick below 90. Seems like with this big series and this big game here in Dodger Stadium, he's got a little adrenaline working. We've seen a lot of pitches around 90, 91.
Well, he's never been overwhelmed by the enormity of the moment. Into center field, and there is Pollock, and that is that in the 4th. We'll go to the 5th. Arizona 2-1. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. We head to the 5th. Hyun-Jin Ryu, since giving up that home run to Paul Goldschmidt in the 1st inning, has faced just 1 hitter over the minimum. 2 runs and 4 hits for the D-backs, a run and 4 hits for the Dodgers. Goldie with his 31st. Ketel Marte leading it off. He bounced to short in his first at bat. Mathis, then Greinke to follow. Ryu just 57 pitches through 4. Greinke has thrown 54 pitches through the first 4 innings. There's a strike, and it's 0-1.
If it's been firm out of Ryu's hand, the Diamondbacks have hit him 4 for 10. The off-speed stuff, they are 0 for 5 on.
No balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers starting rotation continues to excel. Lowest ERA in the National League, the whole group of them. 3.18. Dodger starters have combined to go 44 and 31. Strike 3 call. 4th strikeout for Ryu.
Number 2, Jeff Mathis.
He's got a strikeout on a 2 on a fastball, 1 on a cutter, and 1 on a curveball.
And he's given up just 1 hit since the 1st. Jeff Mathis, a strikeout victim in his first at bat. Oh and 1. Pulled the string, and Mathis lost at sea. Mathis still looking for his first home run of the year. Watching Ryu work, his mechanics seem identical every single pitch, never seemingly out of rhythm at all.
He reminds me of somebody like, and we're going to go back, like an Earl Anthony, just a real pretty left-handed bowler. You know, he's got that really smooth delivery. Ball comes out of his hand easy.
And like Earl Anthony, he throws strikes.
Exactly.
From the Department of Mixed Metaphors.
Yeah, but he just has that, the large body that moves so fluidly. Doesn't look to the sky like Fernando, but Fernando had this kind of rhythm.
2-2 to Jeff Mathis. I knew he was a great athlete. 7, 8 years ago when he first arrived, he went on one of those Dodger caravans before the season began. 2-2. That's strikeout number 5. And we were at a YMCA. A dozen players or so. A couple of hundred kids. And there was a tennis ball out in the middle of a basketball court. A tennis ball in the middle of a basketball court. And he just tossed it, and it nothing but the bottom of the net. And he turned around, well, that ain't right. And that was the first time I thought, this guy is an athlete. Hand-eye coordination, just flipped it up from 30, 40 feet. That was the first little sign as Greinke swings and misses 0-1.
And the weight of the tennis ball completely different than anything he's thrown for a living. So you had to process all of that naturally and subconsciously and just swish it. That is absolutely amazing.
And walked away like it was nothing. Into the middle of the diamond. And who's it? Munson. Another 1-2-3 inning for Ryu, who has settled down nicely after 4.5. Arizona 2 and the Dodgers 1. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Ryu to lead it off in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Diamondbacks with a 2-1 lead. Ryu a sacrifice in his first at-bat. Greinke, 54 pitches, 38 for strikes, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. Gave up 3 hits in the second. Peterson, who is on deck with the RBI. Ryu is 4 for 16 this year. Takes a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Bobbled by Marte, plenty of time to pick it up. That's the first out of the 5th inning.
Ryu swinging a hot bat, just an atom ball. His last start had 2 hits. That one was hit well.
He's a good athlete. And here comes Jock Peterson. Has singled in 2 at-bats and driven in the Dodgers' only run of the night. That's a fair ball, and that's Goldschmidt to Greinke, 2 gone. Cardinals just keep winning, 12-5 over the Reds in the 8th inning in St. Louis, and the Dodgers have a big 4-game series in St. Louis in 2.5 weeks. Now Turner, who is 1 for 2. Milwaukee beat Washington tonight 4-1. Dodgers are chasing the Brewers in the wild card race. Turner gets skinned. Well, if you're going to get hit by a pitch, might as well be that way.
Zach Greinke taking some time, saying maybe it didn't hit him. I want to take a look.
That's Jerry Narron.
I'm saying play on.
Narron, the bench coach. Torre Lovello, and here's Machado. You don't want to give away free batters, especially with Machado coming to the plate. And he pops it up 1,000,000 miles in the air. Marte awaits. That's going to do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Another 1 man left. Will go to the 6th, 2-1 Arizona. following piece of news. Franmil Reyes off Antonio Senzatella in the bottom of the fourth. Reyes, his 13th home run of the year, has given the Padres a 1-0 lead over Bud Black's Colorado Rockies. As play began tonight, the Dodgers trailed second place Colorado by a half a game. Check swing, first pitch, and Souza is retired. One out, nobody on.
Become part of the Dodger family in 2019. Purchase season tickets and enjoy exclusive experiences throughout the season. Guarantee your seats for great promotional nights, exciting matchups, including the Cubs and the Yankees. Receive 2018 postseason rights with your purchase of your 2019 season tickets. Visit Dodgers.com/season tickets.
Now A.J. Pollock coming up. He was robbed of extra bases by Yasiel Puig back in the third inning and struck out in his first at-bat. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks have the two best earned run averages in the National League. Dodgers are best, 344. Second best, Arizona at 352. Look what I found. 2 out.
No, Charlie. He's a great athlete. He caught that.
A great athlete who found it. Now here comes Goldschmidt. A home run. Sliced just fair down the right field line in his first at bat, a 2-run shot. Dodgers' only run came on a third inning single by Jock Peterson. Jock tonight is 1 for 3 and has driven in the Dodgers' only run to this point. There's a strike, 1-1. Top of the 6th. A terrific pitcher's duel between Ryu and Greinke. Dodgers win tonight. They move back to within 1 of Arizona. Arizona wins. The Dodgers fall 3 back. Into right center. Bellinger in front of Puig in a 1-2-3 inning. Another one for Ryu after 5.5. Diamondbacks 2 and the Dodgers 1.
And these two pitchers battling it toe-to-toe tonight have had nice finish on their pitches. Greinke with the breaking ball and the changeup, mostly spotting the fastball. Ryu, on the other hand, has been mixing his pitches very well. Actually has thrown more changeups tonight than curveballs, which is against his trend, which is fooling the Diamondbacks. They have gone toe-to-toe. Ryu now with 6 innings pitched. That's 5 zeros in a row after the 2-run shot in the first inning by Goldschmidt that put the Diamondbacks on top.
Greinke retired the Dodgers on 6 pitches in the bottom of the 5th. Ryu returning the favor, retiring the D-backs on 6 pitches in the top of the 6th, and on 1 pitch to Bellinger, he is retired in the bottom half of the 6th inning. No muss, no fuss for either side.
It is a pitcher's duel, and Ryu has been magnificent after the 1 swing from Goldschmidt, and Greinke has been really touched up with a lot of hard hit balls, but atom balls for the Dodgers that has been frustrating.
Grandal 0 for 2. Popped to short, took a call, 3rd strike, and facing a shift on the right side of the infield. Taking a strike, and it's 0-1. Grandal sitting on 22 home runs, 19 of them as a left-handed hitter. The ball's 2 strikes. So there's your shift. Only Escobar on the left side. One ball, 2 strikes. With Muncy on deck.
Zach out there looking like he's feeling his age, only 64 pitches in, but still trying to stay loose and stretch between pitches.
Comebacker. Greinke also a Gold Glove winner in his career. 2 gone.
First baseman, Max Muncy.
Greinke in his career is 70 games over 500. That is in spite of the fact in his first 2 years he was 13-28 in Kansas City and contemplated retiring. Now Muncy. 1 ball, no strikes. Max with 30 home runs. He's knocked in 59. He's also facing a shift, as Grandal did. 2-0. Greinke has walked 1 batter tonight, and that was Muncy. Ryu has not given up any walks.
Be very careful right here. Max Muncy is hunting a big fly.
3-0.
Zach Greinke knows it. 2 out, nobody on. Home run hitter up there. 1-run game. He is not wanting to give in to him.
Greinke has given up 23 home runs. Now 3-1. Muncy in the last 6-7 weeks hitting about 230. And right to first. And another 1-2-3 inning for Greinke through 6. Arizona 2 and the Dodgers 1. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the new film Operation Finale. Discover the true story of the hunt for Hitler's deadliest lieutenant. Now playing. David Peralta leading off the 7th inning as he takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. These two pitchers have been magnificent tonight. Two-run home run for Goldschmidt. That's been it for the D-back since the first. As Peralta takes a strike. 0-2. Greinke in the last 2 innings has thrown a total of 15 pitches, and the Dodgers haven't gotten the ball out of the infield. It's 2-1. Escobar on deck. Ahmed to follow. 1-2.
Last 3 offenses, or the last 3 innings, the offensive have really been shut down, both teams. Dodgers 0 for 9, no runs. D-backs 1 for 9, no runs.
And altogether, 2 runs, 4 hits for Arizona, a run and 4 hits for the Dodgers. Two and 2. Brian Madsen will be joining the Dodgers tomorrow, having been acquired from the Nationals. And Milwaukee makes 2 pickups today. Gio Gonzalez from Washington, and they just got Curtis Granderson from Toronto. Peralta gets a piece. Now the Dodgers have to keep their eye not only on Arizona and Colorado, but at the moment the Dodgers are 2.5 behind Milwaukee and St. Louis in the wild card race. So they've got battles all over the place, and all Dave Roberts and the Dodgers can do is take care of themselves and then hope a little bit. 1 hop to Dozier. Escobar 1 for 2 coming up.
That ball was hit hard, but Ryu has been really close to his season high in getting swings and misses, so he has good stuff tonight.
Escobar single to center in his last at-bat. There's Dylan Floro. One ball and 1 strike to Eduardo Escobar. Most pitches that Ryu's thrown all year, 93, and that was back in April. And this is his longest stint since his return 4 starts ago. Puig with the play. There's 2 out. It's been fun to watch.
It's almost like old-time baseball. The innings have not been long. The pitchers have been crisp. The hitters have had a fine night, just not pushing runs across the plate. They've hit the ball hard, but there's been some good defense.
Nick Ahmed takes inside.
Good defensive positioning.
A couple of craftsmen showing off their skills tonight. Ryu and Greinke in a vitally important game for both clubs. Included tonight, just 27 remain.
Anytime you play the Diamondbacks or the Rockies right now, it's worth 2. You're going to be down 1 or down 3.
And Colorado is down 1-0 in San Diego. So you got the Dodgers and Diamondbacks tomorrow night and Sunday. They face one another 3 more times in the final week of the season in Arizona. Now the West might be one. The 1-1 is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Torey Lovullo, UCLA Bruin, out of Santa Monica, another UCLA Bruin. These 2 guys are the managers of the year each of the last 2 years. Last year Lovullo and Dave Roberts in 2016. Some Bruins doings. And the 2-1. Drifting over toward left center is Bellinger. And a 1-2-3 inning for Ryu. 7th inning stretch. Arizona 2-1.
On 2 more with these Diamondbacks, which will be ultimately very important. Clayton Kershaw tomorrow, Walker Buehler on Sunday, and then those Mets come into town. And make sure you check your start times through the Labor Day weekend. Those times will be fluctuating, so make sure you look at your schedule. Between innings, it looks like Ryu might be done. He might not be. They're playing it by ear.
No balls and 2 strikes to Dozier in the 7th.
With Ryu batting 3rd this inning, maybe if they get a couple quick runs before he gets up there, he'll still be in. Or maybe if it's 1st and 2nd no out, they leave him in and let him bunt him over. We'll see what Dave Roberts decides to do.
Well, if there's a runner on, he's a very good bunter. Depending on the situation, why waste a pinch hitter if you're trying to get a runner over? Let the inning play itself out. We'll see. Greinke, meanwhile. Well, Ryu wants to hit. Dozier slicing toward the corner in right. But no cigar. We're pointing out that the Mets come in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Dodgers are scheduled to face Jacob deGrom on Monday.
And on Tuesday, another KTLA game.
Ryu wants to hit, and every indication is he will. And the other point is, included tonight, 27 games remain. And the way he's pitching tonight, You're reluctant to have him give up the ball. Just foul. Dozier 0 for 2, Puig 1 for 2 on deck. And then Ryu scheduled a hit. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Every pitch, every batter. Kike Hernandez right there, the top step. Could be Dave Roberts' choice.
Not if Ryu has anything to say about it.
He's ready to bunt if it's first and second, no out. But the Dodgers struggles to score runs. I'm not sure Dave would even send Ryu up there to bunt, because all of a sudden the defense can be very aggressive and cut down the lead runner, and all of a sudden you've given up an out and still have first and second and 1 out.
The Dodgers held to a run and 8 hits last night. And this is the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Dozier. And the 4th strikeout of the night for Greinke.
He just doesn't throw one curveball. He changes speeds on it all the time. He'll try and drop it short of the plate. He'll throw it for a strike on the corner like that one at 73. Just because you put down 2 doesn't mean he's going to throw just a basic breaking ball. He is very good at changing speeds and locations.
So Puig is up and Kike Hernandez in the on-deck circle. And a 2-1 Diamondback lead in the bottom of the 7th. Puig blooped a single to right in the 3rd inning and scored the Dodgers' only run to this point. Two balls, no strikes.
Looks like the only way Ryu hits is if Puig goes deep.
It's like telling a kid you can't go out and play.
He's done a fine job to keep him in this game, and really has lacked run support a lot this year.
On 2-0, Jeff Mathis wants to get on the same page with Zach Greinke.
Zach's gotten a little lazy with his glove while talking to his catcher. He usually puts his glove up over his mouth.
Now, how can anybody tell the difference and then relay whatever it is they were just talking about 30 seconds ago?
You got me.
Thank you. It looks good. The 2-0. Here's a strike, 2 and 1. Two and 2. Breaking ball. Big crowd, Friday night fireworks, and fans are hoping the pyrotechnics begin soon.
Ryu reminding Dave Roberts that he's 2 for his last 3. Staying ready, Charlie.
You never know. Puig, foul ball.
His good buddy Puig is trying to pick him up.
The late, great Joaquin Andujar, after a game he had blown a save. And he's surrounded by media. What was your reaction, Roger? He said, I got 2 words. You never know. 1, 2. Fouled off to the right and out of play. He was a piece of work. You never know.
No comment.
Why? Just why? Well, the executioner has come calling. Ryu's night is done. As Puig bounces to third, and Escobar throws him out. So a job well done for Hyun-Jin Ryu.
The deepest he's gone in a game since coming off the DL. Outstanding outing. Now just looking for a little support from his teammates with 7 outs to go on offense.
86 pitches, 60 for strikes, and 1 mistake. The 2-run home run to Goldschmidt in the first. And Kike Hernandez, who has been red hot, coming up to pinch hit. First pitch swinging, fouls it to the right, and it's 0-1. They're going to the 7th in San Diego, and the Padres are shutting out the Rockies 1-0. Brett Kennedy, when the Dodgers faced him last week, couldn't get out of his own way. Tonight, has shut out the Rockies on 4 hits through 6 innings. Franmil Reyes, a home run for the Padres, the only run in that game. They're going to the 7th. The 1-1. Kike off the end of the bat. It's 1-2. The Brewers, who picked up Gio Gonzalez and Curtis Granderson tonight, have beaten Washington 4-1. Cardinals keep rolling. They routed the Reds 12-5. Kike on 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies beat the Cubs 2-1 in 10. All of those scores we just gave you have some impact on the Dodgers. The 2-2. Fly ball. Well hit. Right center. Castro. Kike Hernandez with a pinch hit home run. His 19th of the year.
Dodger Stadium is going wild as we watch this Arco top tier play. A big late in the season home run, the last day of August. Kike Hernandez has just tied the game.
The place is buzzing as Peterson steps in and grounds to first. Goldschmidt will take it by himself. But Kike Hernandez, a pinch hit home run. His 19th of the year. We've got a new game heading to the 8th. Tied at 2. Studio for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Dodger Stadium is abuzz right now. Kike Hernandez, a pinch hit home run. We've got a new game, Jared.
Runs have been hard to come by. Huge home run from Kike Hernandez.
These two guys will break it down after the game. Cole Wright has a reaction from the clubhouse. We'll see you in a bit.
There will be plenty to react, no doubt. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. Ryu out, Floro is in. For Dylan Floro, since coming to the Dodgers, his 21st appearance, 1-1 and a 1 2/3 ERA. The numbers you see on the screen combine Reds and Dodgers. And he'll be facing the bottom third of the Diamondback lineup. And it's tied at 2, heading to the 8th. Now a battle of the bullpens. Marte 0 for 2. Floro's first pitch is low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Crowd is still buzzing. Marte tries to drag and fouls it off. 1-1. Pat Venditti is warming up in the Dodger bullpen, along with Kenta Maeda. Maeda's just picked up the ball. Venditti, as you know, the switch pitcher. Floro on 1-1. Low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. The bullpen, which has been problematic. Manager Dave Roberts. Especially in late inning situations. Thus the acquisition of Ryan Madsen, who is supposed to be here tomorrow. It's going to be a crowded clubhouse final month of the year with the call-ups. Marte 0 for 2 is bounced out and struck out. And now a little bounce, bobbled, safe.
Marte can absolutely fly. Even if Floro gets this ball on the hop that he intended to get it on, I'm not sure. Marte, remember, was going to drag bunt earlier, and this kind of plays like a swinging bunt. A lot of spin on that. Official score says it's E1.
Either way, it's the lead run on base. Marte is a perfect 4 for 4 in stolen base tries. Grandal has thrown out 12. Dodgers tie the score in the bottom of the 7th on the pinch hit home run by Kike Hernandez. And now the Diamondbacks with their leadoff hitter aboard. Mathis has struck out twice tonight. Jeff Mathis takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Zach Greinke in the on-deck circle. D-back bullpen beginning to warm up. Looks like Brad Ziegler. His first few warm-ups, 3 quarters. Then when he gets into some rhyme and rhythm, he goes to the submarine. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now 1-2 as Mathis fouls it off.
The light hitting catcher was trying to find a way to maybe push bunt and get a hit, but also if it fails, maybe he'll have a sacrifice, put the runner into scoring position.
7th inning stretch in San Diego. The Padres still leading the Rockies 1-0. And here we're all even at 2 in the top of the 8th.
Looking for a double play ball right here. Keep it down, get it hit on the ground.
For the 3rd time tonight, Mathis down on strikes. That's the first out of the 8th.
Or go up in the strike zone and get the punch out. Don't need 2 for 1. Just make sure you get 1. You got it right there.
Last night, John Ryan Murphy, the starting catcher, 0 for 4 and 4 punch-outs. Tonight, Jeff Mathis 0 for 3 and struck out 3 times. And Greinke, a good hitting pitcher, will bat for himself. That's 13 hits on the year and a good bunt. Once he has 1 play, and that's the Dozier covering. Marte goes to second, 2 out.
Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th will send up Turner, Machado, and Bellinger. So they really think Torey Lovullo that having Greinke on the mound to go through the heart of the order one time was a huge advantage. Sacrificing the out, moving the runner up, but still sacrificing the out.
Lovullo figuring I got a better chance with a tired Greinke than I do with anybody well rested in my bullpen. So now it's up to Steven Souza Jr., who is 2 for 3. Marte, the speedster, at second. No balls and a strike. Big crowd on this Friday night, seeing a terrific game. 48,965. A perfect 72 degrees. And an exciting pitcher's duel. Top of the 8th. Floro on in relief of Ryu. Fouled off to the right. Grandal wanted the pitch up. Instead, it was down and in. A.J. Pollock on deck. So the hardest part of the Dodger lineup will hit in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 0-2. We'll do it again. Again, this is one of those 2-game swing games. If the Dodgers win, they move to within 1 of first place Arizona. Arizona wins tonight, the Dodgers fall 3 back.
Dodgers lose tonight, the pressure really swings their way as far as winning the next 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Steven Souza Jr.
They win tonight. It's set up very nicely for them to make a dent and possibly even after this series be in first place with Kershaw and then Buehler going.
2 of the best lefties in the National League this year. Patrick Corbin in search of his 11th win of the season tomorrow against Kershaw. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blocked. Marte will go to third.
There's some interesting inventory going right now. They wanted to go slider away, not make a mistake with it. Marte moving up to third. If you're Souza, do you really respect the slider anymore, or do you just sit on the heater? The man on third like Marte, if it gets away a little bit from Grandal, anything in the dirt, Marte could score.
tied at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Marte dancing off third. Souza. It's now 3-2. Pollock on deck, and then Goldschmidt after that.
This crowd is nervous. A lot of times they're clapping as they get into the pitch as you take the stretch. Maybe they're coming to life now.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Floro to Souza. We'll do it again. Souza in quite a battle with Floro. And Floro's 18th pitch of the inning. Lead run 90 feet away. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Comebacker. That'll do it. Floro gets out of it. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Turner, Machado, Bellinger coming up.
For this West Crown, this all-important Arizona series continues through Sunday, and the Dodger fans can enjoy big savings on tickets starting as low as $10. Purchase at Dodgers.com/determined.
Turner beginning the bottom of the 8th, and a fly ball to left. The Dodgers take the lead. A solo pinch hit home run for Kike Hernandez in the bottom of the 7th. Turner a solo home run in the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers lead 3-2. Torey Lovullo elects to stay with Greinke. And the first pitch, Greinke throws in the 8th. Turner hits his 11th home run of the year. And the Dodgers with their first lead of the night.
Justin Turner, as hot as anybody in baseball. What a beautiful swing on a up-breaking ball.
Well, the Dodgers, who lead the National League now with 189 home runs, 129 of them solo. Kenley Jansen going to work in the Dodger pen. Machado swings and misses. Machado is 0 for 3 tonight. Almost 49,000. Boy, they're getting their money's worth tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the first question Lavello's going to get in his clubhouse after the game: why did you stay with Greinke? You let him hit for himself. He sacrificed. Got a runner to third. But Greinke on the first pitch of the bottom of the 8th serves up the home run. But now he strikes out Machado. First out of the bottom of the 8th. Machado 0 for 4 tonight. And now Lavello coming out. As Greinke exits stage right. 1 out, 1 in. Bottom of the 8th. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Diamondbacks 2. Los Angeles, Freddie Galvis with a base hit to right center has just given the Padres a 2-0 lead in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Now they've gone to the 8th. And the Dodgers' Cousins down in San Diego doing them a solid. Here is Diekman to face Bellinger.
Diekman has held lefties to just 4 hits in their last 21 at-bats against him. Got a hold here yesterday, struck out 3.
And Bellinger is 1 for 3. Turner, the home run off Greinke. Again, the Dodgers this year have been pounding the solo home runs. In the 7th, a pinch hit home run for Kike Hernandez, and Turner leads off the 8th with a solo blast. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bellinger. The Diamondbacks in the 9th inning. Hernandez the pinch hit home run, and Turner with his 11th of the year. Arizona will have Pollock, Goldschmidt, and Peralta. to hit in the ninth. Goldschmidt, a 2-run home run in the first inning off Ryu. And Peralta, who's been the hottest Diamondback of all lately. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bellinger.
I'm sure he's a little anxious down there. The last few outings have been pretty rocky. But Dave Roberts has said, I still have confidence in my closer and will put him back out there for a save.
Dodgers 3-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Diekman on in relief of Greinke. Bellinger facing a shift on the right side of the infield. Two and two.
Bellinger has the whole left side wide open. Ahmed, the nearest one to third base. But we have seen him use that side of the diamond a lot more in the last month and a half.
It's paid off. Cody up to 261. 1 for 3 tonight. And right to Goldschmidt. Diekman covering. Second out of the 8th.
Catcher number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
Now Grandal coming up. Grandal is 0 for 3 tonight. And he takes a strike from Jake Diekman. It's 0-1. Grandal takes low and inside, a ball and a strike. Dodgers, if they can hang on to the win, will move back to within 1 of Arizona with 26 to play after tonight. Grandal takes outside, 2-1. Kershaw and Corbin tomorrow at 6:10. Buchholz and Buehler on Sunday at 1:10. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And the Mets come in for 3. Then the Dodgers go on their longest road trip of the year. 3 in Colorado, 3 in Cincinnati, and 4 in St. Louis. The last game of the road trip, a Sunday night game. Dodgers won't get back to LA till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then right after that, they play 3 games with the Rockies. So a furious finish in store. Two balls, 2 strikes. And away, 3-2. Dodgers picked up David Freese from the Pirates. Of course, he was World Series hero with the Cardinals a few years back. Grandal down on strikes. That word just in. David Freese from the Pirates to the Dodgers for a minor leaguer. And now we go to the 9th. Kenley Jansen to protect a 3-2 lead on the heels of the Turner home run in the 8th. He must be thinking the weight of the world is on his right shoulder. Of course, he's gone through a patch of rugged road. This is his 55th appearance in search of his 33rd save. And when you have gone through a period of time that Jansen has, what do you suppose, based on your experience, is going through him?
Definitely one of the low points of his career, health-wise, has struggled with that, and we are so glad the doctors have given him clearance and he can go out there and pitch. But since the heart issue, he has not done very well, and we'll know in a hurry if he has his cutter or not.
Pollock to lead it off. 1 for 13 in his career against Jansen. And he takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Padres have added on to their lead over the Rockies, now 5-0 in San Diego. So if Jansen can record the save, the Dodgers will have quite a good night. 1 ball, 1 strike to A.J. Pollock, 0 for 3 tonight. Was robbed of an extra base hit by Puig on a terrific catch against the scoreboard back in the 3rd inning.
If Kenley gets this done, he's going to earn it. This is the heart of the order.
Pollock, Goldschmidt, Peralta. Anybody gets on, Escobar. Pollock to the right. Spunksy watches it go out of play. Yogi famously said you can't think and hit at the same time. Does that apply to a pitcher?
I think it does. A lot of this has to come out naturally from your practice, from feeling good, whatever fixes you and Rick Honeycutt have worked on. Pitch selection you think about, mechanics, let it fly.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Pollock. So Pollock 0-77 against Kenley. Goldschmidt, who's on deck, hitting only .217 in his career. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Kenley has to feel pretty good after those last 2 pitches. Both pitches were firm and cut late.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Pollock leading off the 9th. Pollock 16 home runs on the year. Checks his swing. It's 3-2.
When Kenley throws the cutter up, it's a little flatter. When he throws it down, it's got a little bit more depth. There he tried to go up the ladder. Rondal's target was low, but Kenley left it up.
Three and 2. To center field, but Bellinger's there. One down, 2 to go.
One down and one deep exhale. For Kenley, when he has heard contact, it hasn't been a good sound, but that one records an out.
Goldschmidt, a 2-run home run in the 1st inning off Ryu. The only runs of the night for Arizona. Goldschmidt on the first pitch he sees. Grandal will run out of room. Help the guy. 0-1. David Peralta on deck. Padres 5-0 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 8th in San Diego. Goldschmidt. 1-1. Three runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers, 2 runs, 4 hits for the D-backs. A ball, a strike, and an out at the top of the 9th. 2-1.
He missed his spot so far that he's out there giving himself a pep talk as he walks around the mound before he gets back on the rubber.
This will be his 11th pitch. Little dump shot into right field for a base hit. And Goldschmidt is on his way to second base, and he beats Puig's throw. Goldschmidt's 28th double of the year. Tying run now in scoring position with 1 out.
The game is not fair. Kenley Jansen threw one of the best cutters he's probably thrown all year to one of the best hitters in the league. Just barely gives himself a chance, flares it down the line. That spin takes it all the way away from Yasiel Puig and his rocket arm, and Goldschmidt is able to beat it out. Look at this pitch right there. Perfect pitch. Unperfect result.
Again, testament to the arm of Puig that that play was as close as it was. So now the tying run in scoring position. Peralta coming up. He's 0 for 3. But in the month of August, David Peralta is second in the National League in average at .376, 10 home runs, 21 runs batted in, at a .426 on base percentage. Taking outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
The damage that Peralta is doing lately, this 1-2 combo of Goldschmidt and himself, Kenley will pitch him very carefully, even though he is the winning run.
Escobar on deck. 1 ball and 1 strike. Peralta, 3-run home run last night in the Diamondbacks' 3-1 win over the Dodgers. They've seen his act before. Rich Hill need not be reminded. Goldschmidt at second base, being held as closely as he can by Machado. One ball and 2 strikes. That pitch appeared to be vintage Kenley.
94, hitting the target. Just a hint of cut. He's getting down the hill a lot closer to the hitter this outing, which makes things seem like they're thrown harder and makes the movement a little later.
Peralta's 0 for 3 tonight. Goldschmidt, decent speed at second base. Short lead. You see Machado bird dogging him there. The 1-2. Now there's 2 out. You see Kenley get the ball back from Grandal.
Snatched it. Another perfect cutter. The one to Goldschmidt he didn't get rewarded for. But this one to Peralta, he does.
If Kenley can get this out, this silly little out. Dodgers will be back to within 1, and Kenley will be feeling awfully good about himself, and the Dodgers feeling awfully good about him. To short. Machado picks it up. Throws it out. Dodgers hang on and win 3-2, and Jansen with the save.
The West is very close. The Dodgers are only 1 game out.
By that much. So now the Dodgers at 73 and 62 are just 1 game behind the Arizona Diamondbacks. Drama at Dodger Stadium. The pinch hit home run by Kike Hernandez in the 7th, and Justin Turner with the Lexus play of the game. His 11th home run of the year, and the Dodgers hang on and beat the Diamondbacks tonight 3-2. 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Diamondbacks. Oral Hershiser, Charlie Steiner saying good night and goodbye from Dodger Stadium. Dodgers win a thriller 3-2. Coming up next, Access Sportsnet Dodgers.